Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. All right, Taurus, I love it. I love it. So from Lay Vampire, you pulled Faith, Trust, Unwavering, and Confidence. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Recovery. The both of them are beautiful, but I do get, though, from Recovery that some of you have been through a lot of shit and a lot of pain. Now, with Faith, it's saying that this is being returned to you now, that you feel better about the choices and the plans that you're making. And it's also saying that if you've lost faith in a person, a project, or humanity itself, that, it can be revived. And you get to choose where you place your faith. But this faith being restored to you is because of recovery. The very first quote for this says that pain from our past unlocks the door of understanding. The big thing with this is not feeling like you need keys to unlock doors anymore. It's unlocking whatever pain you've been through and facing those fears and getting, a better awareness of yourself and what you've been through. All right, Taurus, here we go. Here is your overall for the week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Manifesting some cool ass shit. Yes, I love it. The Magician. I love this because it shows the potential for you to manifest whatever the hell you want now. You have what you need to do this. It is about having confidence in yourself, but you're pulling from the mind of God and bringing it down to earth. This is thinking big here. And you're not playing around. Wow. Very nice. Now, in the past, the King of Wands. I love when they show like the grin on the face of the King of Wands because I know what that's like. I live with one, But now for some of you, possibly a person from the past coming through here and you're looking at fire. But, in terms of you, as far as the past, it's, excitement and adventure. One of the things that I say about the King of Wands is that he charts his own course. But I do think that this is going to have to do with a person for some of you. Oh, shit. I'm telling you right now, I am not looking at the Magician as manipulation. Okay, that's not it to me. But when you're looking at the Seven of Swords, look at that shiesty motherfucker, right? Like, what are you doing? And it bothers me because if you have somebody from the past coming through, they may be looking to take something from you with the Seven of Swords. Now, on the other hand, right? It's just about somebody who is not revealing what their plans are. But we'll see here. We'll see. This one bothers me. It's one of the few times where I can't see past, the initial, description of the card. The sneaky person. I'm getting the hell out. I'm getting out of this circus, right? Because you see it in the background. But I'm taking what I can and I'm getting the hell out. Oh, boy. Oh, fuck. Taurus, and I'm hoping that what's in your environment and what comes out is going to be something better here. And again, like I said, I am not looking at this as manipulation. You may be getting it from somebody else, but this is about you and what you're doing for you here. Now, with the Nine of Swords, right, whatever it is that this person may have done, may have left you in a spot where, your thoughts are torturing you. Now if it's you and you may have done something here, right? And it doesn't have to be anything super horrible here, but there may be a lot of anxiety and fear around the decision to act this way. But like I said, because of the King of Wands being the past coming through, it could be the actions of another person here that is causing you to think this way. But it's not good. And it's no wonder why you're looking at recovery. Okay, yeah. Now, your best path to follow, the Six of Cups. I think for you, definitely we're talking about the past coming through, but I feel like, if you felt like you needed to, act in this way, it's like going back to a place of confidence, I think. But with the Six of Cups, right, you're talking about nostalgia, looking back at the past here, happy memories of the past. You know, and that's maybe where you need to start placing your thoughts now rather than fearing what the future is going to hold. One of the things that I talk about with the Six of Cups is you have to be careful if you're looking back at the past, what you're pulling in the present moment, because that is what you're going to create tomorrow. The whole point here is to look back on happy memories. You know, maybe you're dealing with somebody who has done some shit that maybe they shouldn't have done, right? Looking at the Seven of Swords, but now you're all freaked out thinking about, well, what the hell does that mean now? You know, and maybe this is a childhood friend coming through though too, looking at the Six of Cups. But something about the past and looking back at this King of Wands here, but I'm wondering, like, why is this important? Okay, in your environment. And I think that that's you. I think that you're meeting this with this energy here of the Queen of Swords where you're like, you know what? Just fucking tell the truth. Just tell me the truth. What is it? What did you do? You know? I knew that wasn't accurate, thinking that this was the action that you were taking or may have, you know, done. With the Seven of Swords, I think you're dealing with somebody else who's done this here and may have thought that they could, you know, get away with doing something here, but you're cutting right through it. Like, I see it for what it is here. But there's the potential to, like, manifest something better with the Magician being there, especially for you. You know, if you're looking at recovery, I can understand why you are the Queen of Swords right now. Just fucking tell me the truth. Don't bullshit around. Don't hide things. Just say what you need to say. And that may be how you're dealing with this, especially if you're looking at somebody from the past. And I wonder here, though, too, because I'm looking at it like this, if it isn't you and the other person here that's getting a little bit more, you know, confident in terms of what you're going to be manifesting in the future. You know, and that's why there's like this need here to look back on them in more of a like happy, positive light. Like, you know, what the hell, dude? You used to be like super confident and fun and exciting. Why are you doing this? And you calling it for what it is. But, you know, the thought of them doing this is weighing on you. If that makes sense. I just kind of like ripped through that there. Okay. Karma. Oh boy. Oh wow. Your hopes and your fears. Karma. It makes me wonder here because of the way that you're meeting this with the Queen of Swords. Like wanting somebody to just tell you the truth. If you're hoping that this is it. Right? There is no more debt to be paid. It is what it is. You're going to be able to move on, especially when you're talking about the past and a person here. Right? And it may be that you're seeing things a little bit more clearly about somebody, though, too. Especially if they're trying to come back. But, you know, karma, judgment, right? Like, it is what it is. You know, there is no more debt to be paid here. And that's what you're hoping for. I don't think that you're worried about getting hit with karma. I don't see this as a negative thing. That's not what it's about. But, you know, if you've been through a period of recovery here and having new faith in yourself and your ability to manifest what you want, this could be a real pain in the ass. Like, I thought I was done with this, is what I feel like, especially with this being here. But damn, man, it's almost like you're not going to get away with acting this way anymore. And I mean that as far as you talking to the other person. The Nine of Cups. Happiness. I don't see this as overindulgence. I mean, not in this situation. But I think, like I said, for you, and I'm looking at this as you. That's why I said that I think that this is a separate situation here with these two. This is how it's affecting you. But we're looking at you getting to a place now where there's a little bit more confidence in yourself and your ability to just call it for what it is. Oh, look at that. Yes, it is about your overall happiness here. And I don't think that you're going to allow this person to fuck things up. You know, and I think that with these two, especially making your peace with the past and possibly just needing to look at this person on how they used to be, but then at the same time not being stupid enough to get involved. Yet, though, they're bringing up thoughts for you that are going to cause problems. But again, it's about you having confidence in your ability to manifest the things you actually want rather than dealing with this kind of crap all over again. 6 of Wands. Right? This may be somebody that is recognizing you because you've got your shit together here, especially with faith and recovery coming through. Now, the other thing though, too, is in terms of you, this is victory. Victory, right? Victory over adversity. That's where that recovery is coming through. But damn it, you know what? You're not going to get away with telling me some bullshit here. Like, you're bringing the truth like no other. Seriously here. I don't think that you're reacting in a rushed way or being hasty to do something. I think you're calling somebody out on their bullshit, but unfortunately it's still bothering you. But I think that, like I said, with the Magician, looking at the 9 of Cups, that you get to this place where you start clearing that shit out. Like, you're not going to let it happen again because of you sitting here. But then the 10 of Cups, your overall happiness. What does that mean for you? Now, definitely you can be dealing with a family member that's just being stupid right now and you're needing to call them out on this. But you're more into what is going to make you happy right now. Wow, Taurus. This one got deep and quick. All right. Now, for those of you who are single, romantic feelings, you may be having some romantic feelings surrounding a person. It could be another earth sign looking at the King of Pentacles. But the other thing I will say, though, is when it comes to him, like, I like him. He's okay. I like him a hell of a lot better than I do the King of Swords in that deck. But I will say that he may be a little bit pushy and a little bit controlling. So, this could be you. Like, maybe being a little bit too pushy and needing to just like tap into the romantic feelings first and explore those and not try to force an issue. But I don't see him as a bad thing. And like I said, for some of you, it could just be an earth sign that's coming through and there's like these feelings, and this may be the other person coming to you and saying how they feel, but it comes off as like, okay, back off, dude. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, with codependency, when you're looking at the Ace of Swords, right, the kinky sex. But it's about trust, right? Think about it. If you're going to be with somebody, especially with that type of a connection, there has to be a level of trust for you to be, okay, go ahead and tie me up, right? So it's needing to get back to this place of trusting each other and not having like this codependent relationship where, there may have been problems, but you're just staying together because of, there being like dependency issues. And like I said, that could be anything. It could be financial for that matter. Like, it's just not convenient to not be together. But, really it's about getting back to this level of trust. So, it's like the double-edged sword, But you have an opportunity here. But damn it, Taurus. I'm telling you, every Taurus female that I have ever met, they are straight to the point. They don't bullshit around. But I do like the fact here that there's a little bit more faith in yourself as far as like your ability to manifest what is actually going to make you happy in the long run here, rather than allowing yourself to get caught up with someone who, may be a shyster. All right, Taurus. I love it. I love it. I worry about where your thoughts are, but you're not going to be bullshitted. It's not happening. It is not happening. I do think that whoever this person is that's coming through, I think, for some of you, this could definitely be a relationship. It could be a family member or a childhood friend. But there's a need here for you to kind of make peace with the past, but then also, understand that this person is not who they were in the past, right? Like, they may have been like super fun, super exciting, right? In control of their life, but something happens here where they're like bringing some bullshit. I mean, look at that shiesty motherfucker. And you're like, hell No. Just tell me the truth. And I worry that maybe some of you have gotten the truth about this situation because it looks like this is something that they've been trying to hide. But you call it out. But the problem is there's some difficult thoughts surrounding the situation. And, I worry, but then at the same time, I think that there is more confidence in you because you are going through the recovery here. Right? Like, seriously, I don't feel like, this is somebody who's trying to manipulate you anymore because, damn it, you're the Queen of Swords. You can't. You cannot manipulate her. And I'm telling you, this is more about you. You having this new recovery here and having faith restored in the things that you create in your life. It's like looking back at the past and going, why do I keep attracting this? And there's still like some really difficult thoughts around it, but ultimately here, like I said, it's about your ultimate happiness. Absolutely. And getting victory over this kind of nonsense here and like, oh, hell no. I'm going to call you out here and speak the truth if you're not willing to, which I think is great. Unfortunately, though, I think that this may be a difficult situation for some of you because of the connection and the history that you may have with this person. But I think that you ultimately know better. And like I said, I wonder, looking at this, if for some of you, you didn't gain this information about them doing some shady stuff. And it may be weighing on your mind, but you're still calling it out for what it is. Now, as far as relationships go, romantic feelings, and then the King of Pentacles, I like him. I do. Like, the only thing that I have issues with is he's a little bit pushy, right? So you may have somebody that has romantic feelings for you and they may be like pushing the issue a little bit, but I don't see him as a bad thing because you're still being advised here to explore those feelings. Now, this could be you, though, being pushy too, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all for singles. You may have somebody coming through here. And even if, there's a little bit of like pushy energy, it's still worth exploring. Now, those of you who are in a relationship, there's an issue with codependency, and rather than like being put in that position, I think that there needs to be a little bit more trust with you and your partner here so that you're not feeling like you're codependent on each other. And if you're healing whatever addictions are going on here with the Ace of Swords, you get to a level of trust with this person. So there's still potential here as far as relationships go. You just have to look at what the problems are. But yeah, Taurus, like, I get it. I get it. Did you react in the right way? Were you thinking accurately about this? Was the information that you gained accurate? Did I say the right thing looking at the Nine of Swords? But ultimately coming out here, it's more about what is actually going to make you happy and not just right now, but in the long run.